What's happening there, racing fans? Welcome back to the channel, brought to you again in association with betting.co.uk. I'm Ginger Joe and I'm back with two selections for you to take a look at on Wednesday's race cards. Both of my selections come from Newbury. I've got my Nap selection in the last, which has quite obvious claims. But then a little earlier on in the day, there's a filly I quite fancy. A little bit of a dark horse that I do fancy as well. But before I go on to give you those selections, a quick recap of how we've done so far this week. And I can't help but feel a little bit hard done by. On Monday, my Nap selection went off at 10-1, finished a close second. Then my Nap selection for today came with a winning run at the final fence, came down, and that obviously effectively ruined his chances. So hopefully my selections for tomorrow can bring us a little bit better luck. Before I go on to those selections though, in the description below, there's an offer provided by Betfred. Bet £10 and get £40 in free bets using that link in the description below. And I also had some other selections to put up for tomorrow, but I'm not totally sure whether to put them live just yet. So if you are intrigued about those selections, click the subscribe button below this video and then click the link in the description below and you'll come over and join my group chat. You'll get all of my full analysis regarding my selections. But I'm going to go straight on to those now, and I'm going to start with my Nap selection, which, as I said, comes in the final race at Newbury, which is the 5:55, so mile and a quarter handicap, and it got the firm ground here, but there's some really nice horses in this race, still improving. It's a very hot race, considering that this one is a handicap. We'll start by taking a look at the top weight, Nada King for Sir Michael Stout and Jim Crowley. Has obvious claims again here, made all to win last time out, but he was chased real hard home late in the day and only managed to win by a no. So I'm not totally sure that tactically this will suit him, and I'm also not too sure how much improvement that one's going to have left as well. Although I'm sure he's a very good horse, he wouldn't be top weight in this race for no reason. Ashtanga, now she's an interesting horse in this race. She tailed off in the Cheshire Oaks, but she was quite highly regarded before that race, and this is her second start of the season, so she may well come on for this race as well. However, the one I think that's going to take all of the beating here is Intricacy for Simon Crisford at 11-4. James Dora takes the ride on this mount here. Mark of 84, which is surely going to be lenient, surely going to be short of the ability that he comes on for anyway. But he is a really highly strung horse. He looked likely to win last time out, but he hung badly across the course on the final furlong, which evidently scuppered his chances. I think he should have won that day, and it did cost him the race. He's still a colt, so the experience is definitely going to be something that he will benefit from. He looked like he's going to be a much better horse with that run under his belt as well, and he's a very flashy type. Clearly, on the evidence we got so far, going to come on a lot for that run, and I think he's going to be really hard to beat if he turns up in the same sort of form at 11-4. If he stays on a straighter path down that final furlong, he's going to be really hard to beat. 11-4, he is the favourite, and I do try and take these favourites on, but I think he's good value for it in tomorrow's race. Then in the 3:45 at Newbury, we've got a nice looking handicap again here. There's a horse at the top called Hydration. Surely going to get a lot of attention. Looks likely to improve on the run that we've seen from him first time out. But I really fancy Land of Summer here, a filly for Richard Hannon. Now, when she started off in her 2-year-old career, she won on debut at Brighton over 5.5 furlongs. Backed that up by finishing a close second by a nose at Kempton next time out. And then she went and ran in the Albany Stakes of Royal Ascot, where she was 7 lengths behind the winner, Meditate, and only 6 lengths behind Mould, who of course went on to win the 1,000 Guineas. Now that form stands up really well over these shorter trips, but she was then stepped up to 7 furlongs and then a mile, and the form just seemed to decline a little bit as she stepped further up in trip. But what I like about those performances is at the 2 furlong pole, so evidently at the end of a 6 furlong race, she was still travelling very, very nicely indeed. So I think the drop back to 6 furlongs, what's going to make her a real big danger in this race tomorrow. It's the first time that she's dropped back since that run against Meditate, and she's sure to fare a little bit better than what we've seen in recent times. Now, she does come here in pretty poor form, but the good ground here is going to really benefit her. Her early turf form seems to stack up really nicely, and she's still only a 3-year-old coming up against some older horses, so there's plenty of improvement still likely to come on the cards. I think it's just a case that they've been running her over the wrong trip. Dropping back to 6 furlongs into this sort of handicap company, she's surely going to go well again. At 7-1, I'm definitely going to take on the favourite here. So Land of Summer at 7-1 is my second selection in the 3:45 at Newbury, but the Nap selection comes in the 5:55 in the name of Intricacy. So thank you again for tuning in. As I said, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. I drop these videos and articles for betting.co.uk every single day of the week, and I really do appreciate the support as well. Click subscribe, click the link in the description below, come over and join the free group chat, and then I'll see you all real soon. In fact, I'll be back again this evening with my golf selections too, but I'll be back again tomorrow with some more selections for Thursday's racing as well. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you all real soon, and good luck with your bets.